We all know the story of Disney's Little Mermaid, so I'm going to skip this story and give you a few that you might not know of. The story of the Japanese mermaid has a snake body and fangs. Sure, it's unsettling to think about a half-fish person, but what about a half-snake person? This Japanese myth is known as Nura-onna, and she has the face and hair of a woman with eyes and teeth of a snake. Nura-onna sits by the shore, cradling a bundle to trick humans into thinking she's a distressed mother holding a baby. As a passerby picks up her bundle, it becomes so heavy it pins them to the rocks. Then, Nura-onna uses her long, pointed tongue to drain the blood at a pace that suits her. In some versions of the tale, she even strangles her victims with her pretty hair. Then there's the story of the blue men of the Minch have a taste for human flesh. And Scottish folklore tells of a strange group of creatures that inhabit one particular strait. According to legend, they would appear in groups with only their torsos raised out of the water. These blue men of Minch would wave to sailors in a friendly manner, and the sailors would assume they were innocent people in need of rescue. But when the sailors got closer, they would see the unnatural blueness of the men's skin and the elongated, twisted features of their faces. Unfortunately, sailors close enough to recognize the blue men were close enough to become prey. The blue men would drive them into the water and feast on their flesh. Those seductive sirens were actually horrific monsters. The Odyssey details one man's quest to get home, despite the machinations of a lot of evil women. Thanks, great mythology. But of all the seductresses, Odysseus's faces, none stand out quite like the sirens. These creatures are commonly depicted as mermaids, whose beauty equals that of their deadly songs. However, in the original text, sirens have the bodies of birds, and only the beautiful thing about them is their singing. This makes them more like harpies, who are traditionally the personification of lethal storm winds. Either way, you're likely facing a shipwreck. And lastly, the first mermaid was the result of a suicide attempt. Perhaps the oldest known mermaid myth is the Syrian tale of Atargatis. She was a goddess who fell in love with a human shepherd, but her divine strength accidentally took his life. Overcome with grief and guilt, Atargatis attempted to take her own life in the ocean. Gods usually turned into fish when they dove into the sea, but the goddess was too beautiful for that fate. The transformation stopped halfway through, and she became the first mermaid. Now, hopefully these stories didn't scare you too bad. Maybe even ignited your imagination. In any case, I hope you sleep well at the very least. I hope you're nice and relaxed, and I was able to take your worries away. And if you like this content, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow, and leave a comment. Until next time, my friends.